Hi friends, Carolyn Rae here with YOGATX. We're going to be going through a full body flow today, getting everything warmed up and ready for your day or your night. So wherever you're at, get your yoga mat rolled out. If you do have props, we're going to just be using some blocks today. You can use like books or something that feels similar as a substitution, but I would just recommend investing in some blocks because they're really awesome. We're gonna start in an easy seat. So finding sit bones to the earth, nice tall spine, shoulders are back. Just exhale, drop in here, finding where you're at. Just being aware of the way the body feels from head to toe. So starting to smooth out the inhales and the exhales, noticing if there's anything sticky as you're breathing. So getting that nice flow, inhaling in, exhale out the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Getting any little kinks out of the neck here. Maybe you're rolling the shoulders back a couple times. We're gonna start with some circling to really warm up the body and activate the root chakra here. So moving forward and back. And this can be slow, medium, or fast, so whatever feels good for you pace-wise. Doesn't have to be the same as me, just keeping in syncopation with your breathing. Awesome, and other side. Maybe going a little bit deeper and slower, maybe going quicker. And slowly coming to a stop. Feeling that energy. Maybe setting an intention here for your practice. Maybe a color, a wish, gratitude. Just setting that now. Sealing it in with a deep breath. Exhale at the mouth. Maybe it's as simple as may all beings be happy, loving, and free. Whatever feels right for you today. Feel free to share in the comments if you'd like. And coming to tabletop position. Nice and grounded here. You really want the belly button engaged up to the spine. And then gaze is long. Neck is long, gaze is right down in front of the mat. Really ground down on the top of the left foot as you send your right foot back. So this is just a little bit of a balance test here. We're really stretching out that right leg. And then when you feel ready, really ground down on the right palm and extend the left arm out like you're shaking somebody's hand. Hello. This is easy, you got this. So focusing, maybe pointing and flexing the toe or finding any circles here with the ankle. And taking an inhale, really expand. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee. Maybe the head gets involved. Inhale, expand. Exhale in. And coming back to tabletop. Just swinging the tail back and forth here, maybe slow, maybe fast. Any other movement that feels good, just getting into your body here. And getting ready for the other side. Grounding in on palms and on the tops of the feet. Take a breath in. And Really ground down as you stretch your left leg out. I like to flex the foot really intentionally away from the hip. If that feels like too much, you can just kind of relax the foot, maybe roll some circles. And when that feels sturdy, test your balance here. One side might be a little wobblier than the other, that's okay. Inhale, expand. Engage the core, exhale. So really just stay in focus here. Inhale. Exhale, elbow touches knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Last one, exhale, contract, round the back. And finding that tabletop. Couple cat-cows here. Inhale as the belly drops. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, let the belly drop. And exhale, cat. And going right into downward facing dog. Making sure that we're using the fingers and not pushing directly down on the wrists. Pushing through the knuckles. Release your jaw and any tension that might be hiding in your face. Maybe make your face really small. Stick your tongue out. And make your way to the top of the mat. One step at a time, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Fingers can come to shins or maybe hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, flat back all the way up. Exhale, open twist. Right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, right side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, forward fold. And either finding a plank or a modified plank here and lowering down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zip the legs together, push through the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, up, coming through tabletop. Tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling the feet out here if needed. Energetically pushing the heels towards the earth. Inhale as you raise your right leg behind you. And exhale, bringing it between the hands. Low lunge here. And gently setting down the left knee. The top of the foot. Inhale, Anjayasana. Up. Hold for the exhale. And we're going to be using our props here. So you can come forward. And finding those blocks here, that should be handy. If you don't have them, you can just put fingers to the mat. And half split, Ardha Hanumanasana, flexing the foot towards the face, letting that right hip come a little bit further back. Heart is forward, spine is long. You can kind of play with what level feels good for you on the blocks. We want to find length in the back, even if that means bending that right knee. Couple breaths here. Bringing a smile to the face, especially if it's uncomfortable. And coming back to foot to the earth, leaving the blocks behind. Coming back to your runner's lunge here. And then as you're ready, bringing that right leg back straight into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, coming up. Finding your way through tabletop to downward facing dog. Maybe shaking out some yeses or some nos. Coming back into your breath here, being very intentional. And on your next inhale, bringing the left leg behind you. Exhale, coming forward. placing between the hands, gently lowering and finding Anjayasana, low lunge. Hold for the exhale, long front body. When you're ready, you can grab those blocks again. Finding half split, again, whatever level feels comfortable for your blocks. Flexing the toes towards the face. Let that left hip sit back a little bit more. Breathing in. Keeping that heart pushing forward. Beautiful, yogis. Stay for one more breath. Maybe going a little deeper and bringing the foot back to the earth. Blocks come to the side. Finding downward facing. Shaking the hips out from side to side. Maybe bending the knees and straightening here. And then taking a nice bend in the knees, a generous bend, bringing the glance to the front of the mat and hopping forward. Let the head relax all the way. No tension in the head. Shake it out. Whoa. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Vinyasa flow of your choice. Maybe finding cobra or upward facing dog. And then meeting in downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg behind you. Exhaling forward. Finding that space between the hands. Setting yourself up for warrior two or Virabhadrasana two. Opening the arms. We want the hips facing the direction completely. So both hips are even here towards the front. Our knee is actually coming back a little bit over about that second toe, and arms are strong. Check in with the breath. Flip the front palm, and then inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Maybe opening the shoulder up a little bit here, dropping down and around. Breathing with it down. Exhale around. Breathing down. Exhale around. And inhale, warrior two. Cartwheel arms all the way down. Finding a downward facing dog or a flow that works for you today, maybe even a child's pose. Taking a couple of breaths wherever you're at. Recentering in. And inhaling the left leg behind you. Exhaling knee to nose. Setting up that foot between the hands, ground down. Turning that right leg out, ready for warrior two, left side. Hips are facing your new front. Completely strong arms. Shoulders rest down away from the ears. And we want that knee coming over the second toe. So bring that knee a little bit more behind you. Flip the front palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. And float around, extended side angle. Dropping the arm as you inhale. Exhale around, giving that shoulder rotator some love. Inhale down. Exhale around. Inhale down. Exhale around. Fingers point away. And then inhale brings you up. Straighten that leg. And cartwheel the arms down. Let's go ahead and flow it out this time. Baby cobra or upward facing dog, yogi's choice. Meeting in downward facing dog. Bending the knees, gaze comes to the top of the mat, jumping it forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, sit back, Uttanasana, chair pose. Now arms can be all the way up, or you can be in prayer pose here. Making sure our tailbone's tucked under. You can sit a little bit further back. Make sure you can see your big toes. Maybe even bringing the feet a little closer together. And on the next inhale, coming up on the toes. Focus, you got that. Feel the power in your legs. Feel the power in your body. Inhale, straighten. Staying on the toes, you got this. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, heels down. It's really good for your feet, especially if you wear high heels. Shake out the legs a little bit. Woo! Recentering mountain pose, palms are forward. Exhale. Coming back into your intention. Noticing where the breath's at. Coming back into awareness. Inhale, arms raise. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head, drop the hands into the earth. Step it back, plank pose. Bring it all the way back to child's pose. Head comes to the earth. Just a couple breaths here to refocus, recenter. And inhale forward, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg behind you, this time opening the hip. Maybe looking at that heel, saying hello. And if it's in your practice to flip your dog or do wild thing, you can do that now. Sending the hips up high. Maybe the right hand comes to the heart. And staying where you're at is also perfectly fine. And exhale, bringing the right knee towards the nose and opening up for fallen star pose. Left hand comes up. If it feels better to be more of a plank, you can bring the leg closer to your left leg. And hand comes to the earth. Find that home base, downward facing dog. Vinyasa flow. Awesome job, yogis. The left side comes up. Opening the hip. And just feel that left side opening as you're staying really parallel and grounded here with the shoulders. So try not to let the shoulders spin out. Maybe even keeping your right fingertips on the earth to help that balance. And if you flipped your dog on the other side, you can flip the dog. Wild thing. Maybe a hand comes to the heart. Drop the head. And coming back around if you moved. Fallen star, left leg comes out. Again, just keeping the hips up towards the sky here. And coming back, downward facing dog. Good job, yogis. Shake out the head. Yes and no's. Any tension there, dissipate. Come through, puppy pose. Gently coming down. Forehead to the mat. Let the elbows rest here. Give yourself some credit, maybe even patting yourself on the back. Getting back in sync with the breath. Slowing the heart rate. Inhaling back. Finding tabletop. Tucking the toes and coming into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg behind you. If you'd like to continue to open the hip, you can. Or maybe just straight feels good today. Exhale, bringing it all the way through. Warrior two. Inhale all the way up. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior. And extended side angle coming over. Inhale up, straight legs, going into triangle pose. Maybe bringing that back foot a little bit closer to the right foot. And if you have a block handy and you'd like the assist of a block, you can do that now. Have that ready for you. We want our arms out straight, just like warrior two. Lean forward like you're giving someone a present or you have a tray, and then coming forward, triangle pose. You can have hand on shin, hand on a block, whatever feels good. We want this long side body. We're reaching up. Our hips are tucked under. Breathing. And if it feels good, you can gaze up at the thumb or you can relax the head down. Yogi's choice. Soften back through that knee, inhale up. Peaceful warrior. And then flow it all the way down and around. Yogi's choice for your vinyasa flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. And widening your down dog so that your feet are on the sides of each side of the mat. Twisting your right arm around and looking under your left shoulder. Breathe, right hand comes back, left hand comes around. Looking under the right side. A little bit of a twist here. And then coming back to our regular downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Again, you can open that hip if that feels right for you, or keep in down dog splits. And exhale forward. Grounding down for warrior two. Inhale all the way up. Both hips are forward. Exhale, shoulders down. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Flowing with your inhales and exhales here, y'all. Inhale up, straightening through the leg, triangle pose. So same situation, can grab a block and get that ready for you. Setting up here nice and wide. Maybe scooting that back foot in once again, and then rocking forward and down. Maybe gazing up at the right thumb or keeping the neck neutral. We want to stack the hips here. So we want the right hip to sort of be on top of the left hip. And we're opening up our side body. We're twisting up towards the sky. One more breath. Exhale. Nice work, yogi. Soften that knee coming up. One more peaceful warrior. And cartwheel the arms down. You can flow here. You can find a peaceful warrior or a downward dog. Wherever you're at, we'll meet in downward facing. And doing whatever feels good once you arrive. And shaking some tension out of the neck. One more round, y'all. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, open all the way, warrior two. Going right into triangle pose. Setting that up. Scoot that back leg in. Triangle. Noticing how the hips feel, noticing how the legs feel. Now inhale up. We're gonna go for half moon yogi. So if you've never done half moon before, you can sort of just start to sway to get into it. Let your block be here and ready for you. And we're essentially just gonna do our triangle, but we're gonna extend that leg up into the air. So you can try first just a couple rocks. And go for it. Stick the landing. Really focus. I like to look at that left foot. It really helps me. Maybe bring hand to the hip. Just breathe. Oh my gosh, you guys are doing so good. One more breath. And float it down. Let's do a peaceful warrior in celebration. And cartwheel the arms all the way. Flow it out or find a downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Full inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Full inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Maybe finding dolphin pose variation. If you want a little bit more of a shoulder opener here. Coming down to the forearms, you can clasp your hands together, keep them apart, the 11s and fists. Just breathe. This is preparing us to invert. Coming back to the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg behind you. Exhale, coming through, lunge. Ground down the back foot, warrior to left side. Triangle, straighten the front leg. Bring in that back foot a little closer. And triangle. You got this, breathe. Hips are even, remember how these feel. We're keeping our hip open. Now we want to rock. Getting ourselves ready. And get your block ready. And you got it. Embrace your wobble. One of these sides is probably going to be more challenging. Maybe hand comes to the hip and that helps. Keep the core engaged here. Keep that left quad engaged. One more breath. And gently set down. Peaceful warrior to celebrate. Awesome job. All the way down. And we deserve a child's pose. Knees apart, hips are back, all the way resting down. And if you really want to make this restorative, you can bring your arms behind you. Just letting the chest melt to the ground completely. Maybe you want forehead on the earth. Finding stillness. Nice and slow. As you breathe, slowly coming up. Bringing the legs in front of you. And slowly rolling down the back. Let the arms rest. Knees can come together, feet can come apart. Notice the difference in your hips. Give yourself some gratitude. Bring both legs in for a hug. Grabbing for opposite wrists or elbows here. Keeping the neck flat on the back, on the mat. And finding happy baby pose. Grabbing for the outsides of the feet, right near the arches. And you almost want to stamp all of your vertebrae into the mat. So very intentionally, you are pressing your body into the earth as you're finding this opening. So you're pulling you're really supporting and pulling in your knees towards the ground here. If it feels fun to play, you can be a playful, happy baby, rock back and forth. It's totally welcome. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Maybe straightening both. And And that feels complete. Coming back in for that squeeze. And anything else that you may need to close out your practice, any windshield wipers, twists, or anything that might feel really good for you, please go ahead and do that now. And when that feels good, you can straighten both legs. Finding a final Shavasana. Shoulders are tucked in. Let the feet fall out to the sides. Feel your belly rise as you breathe and fall as you exhale. Just becoming present to the sounds around you and becoming extremely aware of your body against the mat, the way your breath sounds. Just tuning in sharply to where you are. Soften the eyes. And stay here as long as you need to, yogis. I recommend between 5 and 10 minutes. This allows us to process all that we've done through our flow. When you do start to move, get up slowly, one limb at a time. It's been an honor to guide you through your practice today. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day with all the love in me. Namaste.